Hi everybody in pre-algebra land. This is Mr. Mack, as you probably can tell, and put together a little quick informative lesson for you here. You're going to use this hopefully with that decimals to tackle the problems on the Go formative that I have assigned on Classroom. What I'm looking for here is for you to take in everything you can and try your best. Do a good job using those office hours when they come up, and then just prepare the best we can for next year. I want you to work your hardest. I'll let you know I'm working my hardest, and really miss you guys. Miss seeing you every day. I've been thinking about you a lot and just hoping for your safety and your well-being. So let's get after it. So we're going to talk about functions. So functions have a pretty nice, easy little definition. And really what a function means is for every domain, Johnny, there is exactly one range. So then to tackle that definition, you need to know what a domain and a range are. And the domain is all possible x values, and a range is all possible y values. So we're talking about a coordinate plane here. So all the x's is the domains, and all the ranges are the y's. So let's look at what that might look like with a graph. So one way we can look at a function is just individual points on a graph, all right? So let's say there's a point here, point here, point here, point here, point here. So does each x value have one y value? So let's take a look. Over here, I have, it doesn't matter what the x is, but there's only one on this whole x. There's only one thing. And so I'm also showing you right here what's called the vertical line test. So if x only has one y value, a vertical line should only pass once through the point, okay? So you see here, there's nothing on my graph that I can get my line through twice vertically. And that's going to satisfy that each domain x having one range. Now, if I were to stack a couple of these like so, this would not be a function. The previous was a function, this would. Do you guys see this vertical line can go through 2? And the reason is domain, it has an x value of 2, both of these, right? They have two different y values, a y value of 2 and a y value of 5. And because each domain 2, the domain 2 has two different ranges, that is not a function. Where before, each domain had one y value. Now, the most confusing one I see students with is if they have something like this. And they say, or there's this line. Is this a function? Well, each domain has one y value because vertical line I can only get through one point. So yes, this is a function. Now, what about if I had this line? Let's say this. So a line can be a function. Is this line a function? Well, by definition, this domain, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 7, it has a bunch of ranges. It actually has all the ranges. So this would not be a function. So let's put that vertical line test a little more. Because functions don't have to be lines. They don't have to be just random dots. They could be something that looks like this. Okay? So if we ask ourselves, is this a function? Well, does each domain have a range? We're going to look at that vertical line test. So no matter where I put a vertical line, no matter where my vertical line's at, does it cross any more than one point? And the answer is no. This is a function. Now, conversely, let's think about something that looks very similar, but like this. When I draw a vertical line, can I get it to cross more than one point? And the answer is yes. Here, it crosses here, 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 here. That domain of negative 1, 2, 3, 4 has a bunch of ranges. Now, you need to see what these domains and ranges kind of look like to understand a function. So you might see them like listed as ordered pairs. So like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you could be asked, is this a function? Well, with my information, yes. I have 3 different domains. Each domain has a different range. You could also see this as a set of a domain, and it says something like 2, 3, 4, 5, and you see a set of a range, 4, 5, 6, 7, and from this, you can't really tell unless you have the ordered pairs. But what's pretty cool is you can make a thing called a mapping diagram if you have ordered pairs. And if you have your domain 2, 3, 4, 5, and a range, let's say 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if each domain just goes to one range, yes, it is a function. But if you had something like domain 5 has 2 different ranges, then that is no longer a function. So it all hinges on that original definition. Each domain has to have exactly one range. And I know there's a lot coming at you. Try the problems out on GoFormative. Come at me at those office hours if you still have questions. I'd love to talk to you more. All right? I really miss you guys.